The Switch is the perfect machine for bite-sized games. If I want to play some grand cinematic adventure, I'm cool with playing it on my TV. But if I could render it on the go, I'd rather do that. Who the hell wouldn't? Typically, these types of games are made by indie developers. They're also cheaper than their AAA brothers and get a whole lot less press, which is sad because they're great. Here's 9+ of the best indie games that you should be playing on your Switch.
Hey, wait! Seriously? I did a video just like this. You were in it.
Steamworld Dig.
No. Steamworld Dig 2 is a Metroidvania-style game wherein you're tasked with digging your way through the underbelly of a steampunk western-inspired world to rescue the protagonist of the original Steamworld Dig, which is also fantastic and also on the Nintendo Switch eShop, but we're not talking about that today, because this game is bigger and better in every way imaginable, with more refined mechanics, more abilities, and just an overall expanded game. There's great platforming sequences, awesome boss fights, charming characters, and any fan of Minecraft just knows how that digging can be downright therapeutic, and a good thing to do when you just want to turn your brain off. Although I don't want you to get the wrong idea, this game is far less about the digging than you may have initially thought. Of course, it's a tenet of the game, but it's more of a means to an end rather than the point of the game. The world is revealed to you as you dig, and it's how you get currency, but a good portion of this game is about the platforming and to a smaller extent the combat. Also, the story is reasonably charming or whatever. I don't know, upgraded myself into a mining god of battle and traversal. Steamworld Dig 2 has an 88 on Metacritic, and you can grab it on the Nintendo Switch eShop for $19.99.
Rocket League has been around for a while, but it's like a whole new beast on the Switch. No, it doesn't have any additional features besides some exclusive cars, but you can put it in your pocket. Sort of. Oh my god, it actually fits. It's not going anywhere. How's it going, ladies? You wanna play some Rocket League multiplayer, you motherfucker? This is one of the few games with online and split-screen multiplayer, and you can play against people on Xbox or PC, too. So if your buddy doesn't have a Switch, you don't have to tease him anymore. It's one of my favorite multiplayer games on the platform. It's only $20 and it has a Metacritic score of 86.
There's a reason why this game is everywhere. Super Meat Boy is a legendary game. It would be unthinkable to have a list of the best indie games on any platform lucky enough to have this game in its lineup. Who would ever think to not include this game? Certainly not our friendo Bobby Boy over here, right Bob? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Meat Boy is a big part of why this list has any weight at all as it is. Alongside games like Braid, it was responsible for fans and publishers alike taking indie games seriously and recognizing that in many cases they belong in the same breath as a big grand AAA title. This game is a masterclass in no holds barred platforming. Anyone that likes platformers even a little bit should have this game. And yes, I know this game has a reputation for being super difficult and that a lot of people are intimidated by that sort of thing, but I don't think you should allow that to deter you from experiencing tight controls, smart level design, and the feeling of improvement that you get for working your way through that initial resistance. It's one of the most rewarding platformers I've ever played, and I think a fair amount of you will feel the same. Also, Super Meat Boy Forever is on the horizon. Gotta catch up on the deep, complex plot of the original to be mentally prepared for Super Meat Boy Forever after all. Super Meat Boy has an 84 on Metacritic, and you can get it on the Nintendo Switch eShop for $14.99.
Celeste is a 2D platformer very similar to Super Meat Boy. There's death spikes and wall jumping, but there's also this dash mechanic. You only get one per jump, but if you manage to grab one of these power-ups, you can squeeze out one more while you're in the air. That's just one of the many nuances that adds depth to the platforming. I'd say the difficulty is pretty on par with Super Meat Boy, which is synonymous for being difficult, but it's really not. You just die a lot. If difficulty was a steak, it'd be medium rare. If you want to go for those optional strawberries though, it can get real hard real fast. Celeste is $20 with a Metacritic of 93, the best on this list. There's a reason why this game makes it into every single one of my lists. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove is a good platformer, good multiplayer game. It was great even before all of the updates, and now once you're done with the main story, you can play it all over again with different characters that all have different abilities, causing them to have different game mechanics, opening up whole new areas you've never even seen before. It's like you're playing a whole new game. Shovel Knight is the best homage to the NES era that I have ever seen. The whole package goes for just $25 and it has a Metacritic score of 91.
I have absolutely no clue how I ended up loving Stardew Valley, but I do. A lot. Or I did. I had to quit cold turkey. It was becoming a problem. Why? Well, it takes the mundane parts from real life and takes out a lot of the bad parts. There's no real consequences for poor time management, but you do get all of the reward for what it is you do choose to spend your time on. Imagine starting to date someone or even becoming close friends with someone one day, only to then completely abandon them for a month to focus on other random crap you decided was more important. In real life, your new best friend or potential significant other would hate you. In Stardew Valley, you just get the best beer, fish, crops, none of the nagging. You never acknowledge my existence. I feel neglected. You don't even come outside of your room anymore. Yeah, sure, whatever. But be warned, that doesn't transfer into the real world 40 hours I ignored the world for. People leave. Anywho, that's beside the point. Stardew Valley for Nintendo Switch has an 87 on Metacritic and is currently priced at $14.99 on the Nintendo Switch eShop. Golf Story is one of those games that really flies under the radar leading into its release, but once the tastemakers get a hold of it, everyone has at the very least heard of it. And my video about this very topic that Bob is in, OK Beast's very own Blessing Adeoye, really nailed what makes this game special. For the full details on that, I highly recommend checking out his bit on this game in that video, after this video of course. All I can say about it here is, you like the classic Mario Golf games or RPGs with a ton of personality, get this game. Golf Story has a 78 on Metacritic and you can grab it on the Nintendo Switch eShop for $14.99.
Azure Striker Gunvault makes it into as many lists as I can put it in because it just needs more love, damn it. We're over here clamoring for a new Mega Man game when there's been one sitting under our noses all along. Not Mighty Number 9, you damn idiot. Azure Striker Gunvault is damn good. What sets it apart from the Mega Man series is the energy shield thing that you use to pull things towards you or damage enemies. Another thing that sets it apart is that the boss fights are bonkers.
How do I defend against that?
Wait! No!
Yo.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Do it! Yes! 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 Yeah! The levels themselves are okay, but I just keep finding myself itching for the next boss fight. What sucks, and what turns people off, is that this game is $40, but it comes in a pack with Azure Striker Gunvault 1 and 2, so the price makes sense. And it has a Metacritic score of 82. And I'll give a quick shout out to Mighty Gunvault Burst, just in case you have a clamoring for an NES-style Mega Man game and not an X-style Mega Man game. Burst is only $10. And has a Metacritic of 76. Owlboy is a 2D side-scroller that at first glance looks like a giant escort mission, but I swear it's not. You don't even have to worry about the guy that you're carrying. You can summon him at any time. See, you play this timid Owlboy that gets into some shit and runs into some helpful folk along the way. You summon them at your will, carry them in the air, and use their abilities. It's a little bit platformer, a little bit flying shooter, and a little bit puzzle game. You'll be using all of your abilities to get through certain areas. Most of all, it's gorgeous. Simon Anderson did a phenomenal job on the pixel art. Owlboy is currently $25 and has a great Metacritic score of 87. Now I'm gonna give some quick fire shoutouts to some great games that deserve a look but didn't quite make the cut. Enter the Gungeon if you like tough as hell bullet hell. Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time if you want a multiplayer game that will end friendships. Same with Overcooked. Axiom Verge if you miss 2D Metroid. Fury if you want a Dark Souls style boss run mode. And Thumper if you... I don't know, it's a weird rhythm game that everybody loved like a year ago. You're gonna have to look this one up for yourself. So what do you guys think about our list of the best indie games on the Switch? Is there any that we left out? Leave it in the comments below, at me on Twitter, all this other social media garbage.
And watch my video that Bob ripped off over on my channel, Fanatics 4. Also, Bob's going to be in my video about Nintendo Switch's phenomenal year one. That will be this Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
And if you don't recognize that voice, then you either haven't been here too long or you haven't seen any of our Sunday gameplay streams where AJ berates me for 3 hours. And if you haven't, don't worry. There's still these videos on Tuesdays and the Wednesday live streams and the Twitch streams that happen on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We currently have a contest going on in conjunction with Izzy Norber's channel. He's giving away a 2DS XL to one lucky person who's subscribed to both of our channels and our Twitter accounts. The link to that contest is in the description of this video.
Hey, what about my channel?
No, this contest is for both of our channels.
But he's not even in this video. I am.
He wanted to do the contest. He bought the 3DS. He just thought he would offer it to more people.
No, that guy. Subscribe to my channel. New videos every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, I'm just gonna end the video. The most important thing you can do is subscribe, share this video with a friend who, I don't know, loves indie Switch. I don't know.
He disappears out of nowhere and he eats all the trees.